I think to truly let go of a role is to also let go of something deeper, which is your identity, right? Your beliefs, not just about the world, but about yourself. And those are usually the most painful. Yeah, you skip.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, I'm Gwen Yi, and I'm the founder of Tribeless. So Tribeless is a training and consulting company. We are headquartered here in Malaysia, and we do something a little special. We teach empathy. It didn't really start out as, oh, I'm going to do a company. Yes, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Tribeless really is a vehicle for me to reach out to like-minded people and for like-minded people to find us as well. So in November 2018, I actually made the decision to step down as CEO of Tribeless. And I realized I had no idea whatsoever on how to actually run a business. So I didn't know how to do fulfillment, I didn't know how to do distribution, manufacturing, sales, HR, need I go on? So why am I clinging so hard to this title of CEO? My co-founder at that time, Sean, he knew exactly what to do. Oh, I don't think I've said this. Sean and I are actually dating. And there were a lot of things where our visions were clashing. So, just like in a husband-wife relationship, the husband always wants the wife to be happy, right? Don't want to fight. So it ended up that he always gave in to me, and I always just took him for granted. And now we've reached a point where, in a sense, we are both in service of each other's dreams. As founder, I kind of manage the externals. So I manage partnerships, I manage clients, I talk to people, I lead out trainings. And for Sean, it's very much internally focused. He does management, he does HR, he does legal, accounting, tech, operations, manufacturing. And I think it's very complementary. He's very, internal focused, like, let's make this work. And I'm very much like, oh, okay, let's share this with everyone. I want this to, I want everyone to have this feeling of empathy. So yeah. So for me, that process of learning how to let go of a very, very deeply held identity, I would say that's what really, really hurt for those few months. It was almost like a, existential crisis, right? Like, huh? All this while I thought I'm like this hotshot CEO, entrepreneur, woman, right? How is it that not only is that not true, but I'm the one that's causing the company to fail, right? Or to not do as well as it should. A part of you is dying. And that part had to die in order for my company to survive. And it's really hard to think about that, because as an entrepreneur, all you want is for your baby to survive. It got to a point where I was having really, really bad mental health issues because every time the company's down, I'm down, the company's up, I'm up. Honestly, the moment I made that decision, it wasn't just about letting go of that part that was eating at me, but it was also realizing that I'm not alone. I can actually reach out for support as long as I choose to let down my ego and admit that I need help. Growing up, my dad was a very successful entrepreneur. That my dad has his empire. So I guess maybe through that exposure, I also thought like, oh yeah, doesn't everyone do their own thing, All of this kind of environment that I was surrounding myself in contributed to, I would say, my ego, contributed to my self-perception of thinking like, oh, if I'm surrounded by all these people, it means that I'm special too, right? It means that I can do it too. This whole process of realizing that my identity isn't CEO, it isn't Tribeless, it isn't my company, but rather it is me. Who am I when I'm not working? Who am I when I'm not in pursuit of some big dream? Who am I, right? And it was that space to be able to finally think about those answers. Whenever I see the empathy box, a part of me still feels like I'm giving my baby away to strangers. Like I still feel a flutter of anxiety whenever someone buys a box, because I'm like, oh, there goes another piece of me. But I think more than that, when I look at it now, I see it for what it really is. A tool in service of relationships, in service of people, in service of creating the conversations that you want to have but aren't sure how to have. Like, it's almost like sharing the magic of what it has done for me, being able to share that with the world. And now, under Sean's leadership, we're slowly getting to a point where we get to achieve what we've always dreamed of, which is to actually be an education company. So we're actually in the process of developing our own curriculum to be able to come up with our own certifications and licensing. One of Tribeless's values is commitment and patience. That is the essence of Sean and his leadership, and I have full faith that under his leadership, we will get there someday. Maybe not in the next 10 years, but we will get there. I think with clarity comes confidence. It was only by creating that space for me, to really go deep and think and figure out what I want, that I was able to determine what I want for the company. I would say right now, I think I'm ready to put myself out there again. There was like a period of like hermit, right? Like, okay, trying to figure out who I am and all. And then now it's like, okay, I'm ready to go out there and to serve. So if you ask me how I feel excited. Like, I feel like, yeah, we're like really gonna go somewhere. And yeah, thank you for listening.